Well, this week's blog comes to you live from Trafalgar Square in London, where currently people are setting up for the Korea Summer Festival. I don't know what that is, but it's like a celebration of all things Korean, probably. Sound test, yes. Yes, my blog this week. Well, I've been on holiday this week from work, which has been quite nice. I don't know how they've managed without me, but I do know that the trading standards woman has been off the same time as me, so hopefully they haven't done too badly. I shall see when I get back. The weather has been absolutely fantastic this last couple of days. It's been very hot down here, and it was not too bad before I left Yorkshire either. So that was nice. I came down on Wednesday to stay with my fantastic friend Angela Rayner, who was a person in lay community almost the same time as me. We lived together in Pearman Street for a whole year, and she's put me up, her and Sue, for 4 days, free of charge, which was absolutely fantastic. I could not do this trip without having somewhere to stay, and they made it all worthwhile. They were fantastic hosts. I got 2 meals out with them. The first night we went to IKEA, and the final night I was given pizza and chips last night after I got back. They prepared for a big one, so that was fantastic. In terms of mixed martial arts, it hasn't been such a good fortnight. Things started bad when BJ Penn beat Sean Shirk. Things continued to get terrible when Uriah Faber managed to beat Jens Pulver. And last night, Thiago Alves won the main contest against Matt Hughes. So it's been a difficult time in terms of that. I mean, that's how these things go, isn't it? Really, you take the good and you take the bad, and you just make the most of it. And it hasn't been a bad week at all. I've managed to meet Boomer and Nathan several times. I've managed to meet Jacob Hay. I've managed to meet Mark Fiore. I've managed to meet Robbie Lawler, and that kitten association is still in my mind. In fact, it's more in my mind after hearing him. We went out for a meal. In fact, we went out for 2 meals on 2 different days. And I'm sorry, but I still have this vision of this little kitten attacking a shoe. I do. So yes, and I managed to meet Ricky and his wife. I managed to meet Crispin, who's known as Pins on the forum. Claire from Scotland disappeared into the ether somewhere between Glasgow and London. Last I heard, she was on a train heading this way. And the other person is John Lyon, it's just been a nightmare trying to meet up. But they're still this morning for those 2. I've been in contact with both of them, and hopefully they shall meet me for lunch sometime for this afternoon. This afternoon I'm going to St Paul's for the Evensong. It will be my 3rd trip there. I've had a fantastic time there as well. I've met most of the vergers. The only verger I want to meet that I haven't seen yet so far yet is Tom. Lynn I wanted to see, but she's on holiday, so that's not going to work out really. I've met Canon Warner, who showed more pastoral interest in me in our 1-hour drink after the Evensong on Thursday than he did in the whole 2 years I was under his care in the lay community. I met Michael Shrewsbury, who made a trip from Wapping into St Paul's for Evensong specifically to see me, which was fantastic. And this afternoon I'm going to the Verge's lunch, and then I'm going to be there for evensong before heading off to go home. I've shown you Covent Garden, I've shown you Oxford Street, I've shown you Trafalgar Square, I've shown you Leicester Square, I've shown you Marble Arch, which was Tyburn, and Camden Town. So I feel that we have covered some of the more open sites in London. I managed to see the weigh-ins. They were free. That was fantastic. And I managed to get to see the whole show, the whole UFC show, bar one preliminary fight. In fact, we had fantastic seats. I basically had a free £200 seat. I still can't get over how casually Boomer just says, oh, well, you can have this ticket then, and I'm thinking, it's £200 tickets. I could never afford that. Never. I mean, I think the one that I went to at Manchester MEN was £100, and that was paid for me by my parents as part of my birthday present, I think. So, you know, in terms of family, things haven't been too well. I hear that my sister Rosie, who was going for a job, was turned down, unfortunately. She did get all the way to between her and somebody else, as I understand it, but she was turned down, so that's not so good. My sister Tiffany, well, I don't know. Last I heard she was having problems with shit stirrers where she works and within her personal life, so that's not particularly nice either. But other than that, things have been quite good. I haven't done very well with my picks, it has to be said, and I think all the fighters that I wanted to win, bar Mike Swick, actually lost. Brandon Vera, who I feel very, very sorry for. Okay, I don't quite like him as much as Hugh's Goat, but I did meet him from a distance. I didn't actually get a chance to talk to him, but I did see him, and that was with Jacob. And what else? Oh yes, Paul Fabricio Verdun needs to learn English, desperately needs to learn English, to avoid the sort of confusion that was going on at the end of his bout. I managed to trip over him twice before. I think I saw him when I was waiting outside for the weigh-ins, and well, let me just check the time. Gosh, can't see it. Okay. Yeah, I managed to trip over him twice. Spoke to him for quite a while in English. Not sure he understood a word I was saying. He just sort of smiled and nodded periodically. Bless him. Yeah, so most of my picks didn't do so well. Nothing new there then. So that's my trip, and I shall be blogging about it probably later tonight when I get home. I get home midnight, but I'm not feeling particularly tired, so I shall probably hop on the forum straight away. Trolls beware.